Hope you're ready for this.
Gonna be fun.
You will not stand in my way.
Frostborn. Hunger. This pleases me.
I do not fear you, mortal.
Your soul shall be mine.
Don't make me laugh.
Needs a brew? Oh, I do. Feel a shredding, baby. Let the battle begin.
All right. I think we did it. I think we're good now. We are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 86th episode of the Nexus Trolls podcast. I'm GOONHOTS, and as always, my loyal compadres here. I'm joined by Soken and Aurumis. What's going on, guys?
Hey, how's it going?
Yo, yo.
What is up? What is up? How's everyone's week been so far?
I can't believe it's Thursday, man. Doesn't feel like Thursday.
Yeah, week
it
goes
feels
really quick.
It feels like Thursday to me. I don't know. Why wouldn't it feel like Thursday?
Well, I haven't been getting like the best sleep, so I'm like, kind of like hallucinating and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So who
I get
knows?
it.
Hallucinating. Okay, he's been hallucinating, thinking he sees those wins on Jimmy, but it's actually a bunch of losses. It's a bunch of losses. That's what it is. Anyways, we've got a nice, probably bite-sized show. We'll see for you guys today. Before we get started, though, before we get into it, I do want to mention our Patreon, patreon.com/trollsgg. If you enjoy the content between Trolling HGC and the Nexus Trolls, and as well as everything that our writers put up, feel free to drop a donation there if you feel so inclined. It really helps us out, helps keep us going and being able to post these things on the podcast or host these things on the podcasting sites as well. It's greatly appreciated. There probably might be a little bit tweaking to the Patreon here soon. Just keep an eye out, heads up. Of course, we will let you know when it does happen, but just throwing that out there. With that being said, actually, let's talk about our troll of the week this week is that's not the right bumper.
Have a good time.
That's not the bumper. This is the bumper.
Is it always just like Itar?
No, it was like
for everyone.
Gonna have a good time. Now, Genetizer, he is gonna be joining us here on the Trolls GG community, Trolls GG staff. Thank you very much for everything that you do and that you're gonna be doing. Greatly appreciated. Sorry guys, I am out of it. I was playing some Hero League up until like a few minutes ago, and it's wild out there. It's wild. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. As always, we'll talk about it. All right. You know what? Let's just get right into some news topics here. Of course, I'll get the bumper right this time.
Someday, this will make a great story.
First things first, I want to say that the BlizzCon ticket has been given away. The giveaway is over, and we want to thank everybody that participated, everybody that followed, joined the Discord, subscribed on YouTube, followed Twitter, everything. We greatly appreciate all the support you guys have given us. It really means a lot to us, and we hope you stick around. And not just you didn't just stop by for some BlizzCon ticket and peace out. You know, like like my. Never mind. Anyways, I was gonna make a joke.
Like your friend.
Never mind.
Like your friend that I know who it is.
Yeah. Anyways, and the winner of that ticket was Barbs. The giveaway award was announced on Tuesday during Trolling HGC. He was actually in chat, and he was like super stoked. He was like, "What? No way! This is not real." It was pretty cool. It was pretty fun. But he's in Canada, and I was telling Liquid, I was like, dude, we cannot be giving away these tickets to Canadians. Like, keep it here.
Keep it in America. Keep it in America.
Keep it in America.
Hey,
congratulations
that's
to
not
him.
nice.
Congratulations to him. Hopefully we'll see him at BlizzCon. Stop by and say hi. And yeah, cool. And in another bit of news, more Trolls GG related, Liquid is retiring from Trolls GG.
Ripping peps.
Rip in, give him some peps.
Yes.
We appreciate all the hard work that he's done in creating or establishing the Trolls GG, and all the hard work that he and Daz have put in, because now Daz is also retired. You know, Liquid was like, dude, that retirement life just looks too good. I need to join him on that journey. But, no, I just want to say thank you to Liquid for everything he's done for me personally, and for all the great content that he's put out, and just being a fun guy. He gets super hyped about. He gets super into some stuff, and it's funny because like there was an HGC segment on this show before when Daz was hosting the show, and whenever it came to the esports corner, so to speak,
Yeah.
with Liquid, it turned into Troll and HGC Part 2. That's what happened.
I know, right? It's kind of. It's always funny to see him on Troll and HGC at any time talking about it. He just gets so hyped.
Yeah.
Like the last time we were talking about the last time I remember we were talking about the mid-season brawl. That was the last one I was like really involved in, and he was like, "Soken gets me." Because we were talking about who we predict to be in the finals and whatever. Is really funny.
Yeah, he's super into the HGC stuff. By the way, if you guys are listening and are interested in an HGC show, Troll and HGC airs every Tuesday evening, 4:30 p.m. Pacific, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, and you can also find that on the Trolls.gg website. We can sprinkle in some HGC. Don't be afraid to sprinkle in some HGC in here every once in a while, guys. I mean, I think we're okay with it, right?
Yeah, if you got any questions in chat about HGC that you or things you want our opinions on, feel free to ask. I definitely keep up on it, and I think pretty much everyone else here does as well. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
One more bit of news here. There's gonna be some AMAs on Reddit, some Blizzard AMAs. There was one yesterday. There was an AMA for the art and animation department for Heroes of the Storm, specifically for Heroes of the Storm. The week of August 6th, there's going to be an AMA on ranked play changes and matchmaking. So you know that's going to be one spicy thread. It's going to be a good one.
oh my god, I cannot wait.
They're like, okay, we got to prepare for this guy. Let's do it a month out. Let's
I know.
prepare.
They probably pushed it back. They're like, oh.
There were probably
push that back a little bit.
there were probably some balance questions in the AMA, the art and animation. I wonder if like people were like, "Hey, Jimmy's broken," you know, and they're like, "Well, we wanted to hear about what you guys think about the skin." Yeah, no, matchmaking's broken. But I don't know. Anyways, and the rank play changes in matchmaking is the week of August 6th, and then there's going to be another one of hero balance and design AMA the week of September 10th. So there's going to be a lot of questions, people asking about reworks, people asking about maybe buffs to certain heroes, town nerfs, you know, whatever the case may be. There's going to be a lot. I think that one's going to be pretty packed. I don't know if it's going to be as spicy as the rank play changes in matchmaking, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of good information there.
Okay, look, I'll come out and say it. The art and animation AMA, Resident Sleeper. The ranked play changes in matchmaking, Spicy Peps. The hero balance and design, AMA, that's going to be just straight up interesting and PogChamp. So that's kind of the difference between them all in my eyes.
Soken's calling it.
I'm saying it. I'm going to be the bad guy.
He's calling
Resident
it.
Sleeper.
Resident Sleeper AMA. All right, cool. All right, so let's not waste any more time, and let's troll the Nexus.
We're gonna have a good time.
So, as you guys may know, there is a ranked change update, so to speak. Performance, or I'm sorry, not performance. I almost spread some fake news. There were some rank play changes and matchmaking changes that went live on Tuesday for the new season, as well as a Raynor rework and an Azmodan rework. Now, we've already kind of talked about this before. We've already gone in depth about the changes and all that stuff. What we're going to do now is kind of just like give our first few days of like insight, what's going on, what have we been noticing, what have we been seeing, what have we not been seeing, and then kind of talk about Lord Soken and his talk to Lord Soken and his Jimmy experience so far. But yeah, so new rank season begins. The first thing, what are we seeing in general? Aurumis, what's like the first thing you're seeing? It could be draft, it could be the players, it could be whatever.
So I'm seeing a lot of new people. I don't know if it's people coming back this season or matchmaking, just putting different players together, but a lot of new faces, which is good and bad. It depends on the game, depends on the player you get. Been seeing a lot of Jimmy Raynor, just like snap picked, first pick, getting through the ban phase each time. Less so the Azmodan, but I still see him like pretty often. They've both been doing pretty well in Hero League. I'm liking the 3 bans. There's been a lot less like heroes that are just harder to counter in Hero League. Like I don't think I've seen a Genji in any of my games.
Genji banned every game. Bless RNG. Bless RNG, everyone.
Yeah, I mean he's just hard to play against in Hero League just because you have to keep communication so high to like stop him from ganking. So like, and that never happens. So like him being banned is pretty common. I've seen a lot less Garrosh, a lot less Hanzo. Pretty much all like those like meta heroes that you'd see almost like every game, you're not seeing anymore. And people are starting to like use that 3rd ban for something else, which is pretty cool. Like it's kind of like first ban, just take out like your normal draft picks, and then like that 3rd ban is like, all right, let's actually make it somewhat like useful to what the enemy team's drafting, and people are starting to get used to that. So a couple of interesting things playing out in Hero League. I think like knowledge-wise, it seems like the players in my games are figuring out more or learning more. I don't know if it's like the UI and like making all those changes, so that's a little bit easier for that. I don't know if it's people watching streams or if it's voice comms, but I feel like this season, like I have players making very dumb decisions in feeding, but I also have them saying, okay, like we should probably take the camp before objective, or hey, this person split, let's not 1v4 right now. And you're like, wow, that's happening like maybe 2 out of 10 games, where before it was happening 1 out of 10. So I'll take it.
You mentioned, people banning, using that 3rd ban for something. Like, can you elaborate a little bit more? Like, okay, what's a pretty standard pick that's on your team right now? Usually.
So like, usually I'll have like a Raynor, like a Mouth, a tank, like a meta tank, like an ETC Murd, something like that. DPS, a lot of Jaina and Greymane at this point. Like you'll see things like that. And then like more like just kind of like random picks. Like I've seen a lot more heroes being played that like normally aren't. I don't know if it's like the ban is why they're being played or what. But there's definitely like a pretty broad range of heroes. Like you're seeing a lot more Hammer now. I've been seeing quite a bit of Cassie in my games.
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot more Thrall all of a sudden. Like he really wasn't played toward the end of last season, and now he's coming back like really strong.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, isn't it obvious what's happening though? At least it is to me, right? We know that Jimmy is the hot right now because just got reworked. A lot of people love Stutter Step, AA heroes, and High Masters and Masters, and especially if they think they're broken, right? They're gonna first pick them, and then so you want to draft those counters. Thrall, lockdown Jimmy, right? Dive Jimmy. I've seen a lot of Cassias, blinding form. I've seen lots of Johannas, which were already meta, but more blinds. Like it seems pretty obvious to me why these picks are becoming being chosen.
Yeah.
So
it makes sense.
Yeah.
It does.
So,
yeah.
I mean, you'll see, and like I like seeing a lot of those different heroes now. I think they have like all the statistics on hot logs. You can see a bunch of heroes like play rates just skyrocket lately. And I've been seeing a lot less of certain heroes now. Like I've been seeing a lot less Blaze, significantly less Hanzo even when he's available. I really haven't seen as much Garrosh. It's usually because he's banned now, though.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird. Like, a lot of those heroes are kind of like phasing out because new ones are coming in. I think it's partially due to the reworks. It's partially due to the third ban and like just having a lot more opportunities opened in the draft. But I like it so far. I like the changes. I hope they keep the UI going. I think that's really helping a lot of players understand, like, especially like Battlefield of Eternity, just players not mingling like somewhere in the jungle by themselves trying to figure out where the Immortal's going is like pretty nice.
Yeah.
So I really hope those changes keep coming to like let players know, hey, just do this stuff at this time and you're gonna be a-okay to win the game. I think it's helpful. So
yeah, when I was playing, I've actually been banning Johanna. I think a lot of people are banning Garrosh, which I don't think necessarily needs to happen every time, but I will ban Johanna because, well, Jimmy is so prevalent. And I do this for two reasons. One, there's probably a Jimmy on my team, or there's going to be a Jimmy on my team and I'm first pick. Or two, I want the enemy team to pick Jimmy because I want to play against the Jimmy and see how, as a support main, as a support player, what supports provide the best, I guess, you know, the best options against the Jimmy. And
what are you liking so far?
I'm liking Monk.
Just pressure him out.
Just jump on them, and then you can actually trade effectively, you and your team, with the block totem as well.
Yeah.
I've been picking Seven-Sided Strike more also.
Yeah, I saw that. It's
yeah.
really good.
But yeah, that's what I've been liking. I think with Malfurion, I think Malfurion's still gonna be okay. It's just like, I don't think you want to over exaggerate and like over commit to blinds and stuff like that, because there was a game where I had a Jimmy. It was on Curse Hollow. Oh, I'm sorry. Before I get into that, and I've been banning Hanzo less unless it's a map that he's really strong at.
Like Battlefield, you need to ban Hanzo.
I think Battlefield of Eternity, Cursed Hollow, and you can argue that Infernal Shrines are really good maps for him. Because of his ability to take camps, to do bosses, and to kill minions on the shrine with his AoE explosive, right? But yeah, I've been banning him less. I've been seeing him less, and if people are finding like, okay, there's Hanzo, just dive him or something like that. I've been banning Johanna because she is really good at disrupting dive, and it's hard to kill her. I think if you have dive and they have a Garrosh, like, yes, he can kind of counter you. However, you can also just kill Garrosh. Me, because I'm going Seven-Sided Strike Care team, I can just kill Garrosh. But anyways, I was playing a game on Curse Hollow where we had a Jimmy. It was a first pick Jimmy. And right away, the enemy team responds with Johanna. No, Johanna was up. I was not banning. They responded with Johanna and Lily right off the bat, and then there was a Thrall pick, and then there was a Cassia pick, and then the last pick.
Oh my god!
And then there was a last pick Nazebo.
Don't we want to talk about that a little later in the HL reports?
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah, we can do that. But let's just say we bodied that game, and they had so many blinds. But yeah, we can get into that later. What else have I been seeing? Obviously, a lot of Genji. I haven't seen any more Maiev. Maiev has kind of fallen off a bit. Genji's always banned. I see a lot of Chromie bans. People do not like playing against Chromie.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it makes sense.
Bad day of my life.
Yeah. Like, I'm getting people say...
Actually, I think I've lost both my Chroma games this season. Quite embarrassing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's going to happen? People are going to forget why they banned Chromie, and then everyone's going to stop banning Chromie, and then they're just going to get wrecked again. Like, there's always that cycle of... There's always that cycle of that, like, oh, I forgot actually why I hate this hero because it's never been played against it for a while. And so like, that's just like an infinite cycle of HOTS, I feel.
Yeah, I'm still seeing Diablo bans. We get the Chromie bans. or people are like they're begging me to ban Chromie, or they're begging me to ban Azmodan. I'm like, when they tell me that, I'm like, I don't know if I like. I'm concerned at the skill level of the players that I'm with, because if they're crying about Chromie and Azmodan, I'm kind of like, you can really play around those heroes. Really, like, it's easy. I think it's easier to play around those heroes. Like, if there's a Chromie that's still up, but like a Johanna and a Garrosh are banned, what other tanks? I don't know.
It's the same thing as like the typical Team League meme when you're like, oh, you go in a random Team League game, somebody says first ban Sylvanas, and you're like, oh, we know what rank our teammates are. Like some heroes, like when you said they're lower skilled players, you don't know how to play around them. Like,
yeah,
Sylvanas first pick, first ban in gold and silver, but he's like 5-6% play rate at like master. I mean,
yeah. I have banned Azmodan one time, and that was because we had an Abathur on Cursed Hollow, and I know like Abathur sometimes has a hard time dealing with Azmodan pushes, especially like multi-lane Azmodan pushes. It gets really frustrating for the Abathur player to deal with. Maybe not in competitive, but in Hero League, yes, I want to remove that. I was going to remove that variable. But, whoa. That was insane.
Who was that?
That's Aurumis' mic.
Oh no.
Rip ears, by the way.
oh my bad.
Someone watching porno. Cue the gashy-gasms.
Oh, rip
Whoa.
ears. Our audio listeners
sorry.
are about to lose their minds. And you're like, whoa.
I'm sorry.
I will try to edit that out, guys. Sorry. Rip.
Pulled my wire a little bit, and my headphones started squealing at me. I'm like, my ears are.
It started
bleeding.
squealing at all of us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was squealing everywhere. That was real bad.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
I wanted to make sure everybody was awake.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. anyways. But yeah. What about Soken? You haven't played any Hero League yet, right? But
I have not, because I've been 2 seasons ago, or maybe it was last season. Honestly, I don't remember anymore. I dealt with the performance-based matchmaking fiasco, where it came out, and then I did my 10 placements right away. I was so stoked for performance-based matchmaking, and then they just messed something up so bad that we had to redo the placements. And everyone here knows placements are the worst part of Hero League. The worst part. Worse than anything that's ever happened to me that's been the worst in Hero League has been during placements.
he's like, I broke my arm as a kid. Hero League placements are worse. My dog died. Hero League placements are worse.
Yes. So I'm like, okay, look, they're making these crazy changes. There's a lot of things going into this patch. I'm going to wait and see. I'm not going to do it right away because I've already been burned. So we'll see what happens. I'm probably going to place. I might start my placements tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. But I've seen some pretty monka stuff so far. So I'm like,
okay. So I mean, like, what are you seeing? Okay, you're not playing, but you're watching streams and you're watching other videos and stuff like that. You're. It's not like you're blind to what's going on to a lot of players in HOTS. What are you seeing?
So the biggest thing is that things aren't working as intended, 100%. So one of the things Blizzard said they would guarantee this season is that people who have not placed in one season or more would not use their QM matchmaking or whatever to place them, and it wouldn't put them in their previous ones before that. It would basically give them a highest rank, I think, or a highest thing of like plat 5 or something like that. Like, it's not going to
the highest placement seeding will be platinum, but
yeah,
like, you won't go higher than that. You can go lower after your placement matches, but you can't go higher than that.
Yes. So I've seen even Cure from the Team Endemic in HGC has posted screenshots, and I've seen on other streams too of people that have not placed or played the game in like months, and I'm not talking one season's months. I'm talking like a year or more sometimes, and somehow are in Masters games. How is that working as intended? That sounds pretty. I mean, even if it's a fringe, even if it's a fringe thing that's happening, right? The fact that it can happen just scares me a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There was a one of my placement games.
You've seen stuff too in your games.
Yeah.
You've seen stuff in your
games.
games.
There was a placement game where I had a legit career plat in my placement game. I don't know where he came from, but like he's been plat. He's played Hero League and he's been plat for like 3 seasons. His highest played. I don't know how he ended up in my Hero League game. Also, there are people that have not played. There was a guy who had not played in a year. 1 year in my game. What? How?
So just to clarify, there's 2 ways that they currently place people in games. One is if you're lower rank, meaning below Masters, they will use your rank as a way of placing you in a game. So if you're a plat, let's say plat 2, like I was last season, you will be placed with people somewhere around plat 2. However, that is something that they said that they are not going to do this season with master level players. So people like GOON, people like Aurumis, who were career masters at this point, let's say, because for at least 2 seasons have been masters. There is zero possibility that they should be in a game with someone that is a plat. Like zero possibility. MMR, because it's based on MMR and not rank. So this is something that they specifically stated was supposed to be fixed, right?
Yeah.
Because you're only supposed to be able to play with someone that is one. If you're a master, you can only play with diamonds or GMs, but not both. But you have a plat in your game. That's strictly like against what they said they were trying to fix. Am I incorrect? Or, I mean, I don't know if I'm talking out of my butt here.
No, sounds correct. I mean, that's what I interpret it as. Like, or to get into a game, I'm going to find people who should be in my games normally, like a kind of select group of players. Like, this is where your MMR's at.
I'm expecting to see the same faces I've seen for the most part, throughout the season. Okay, yeah, you're going to get some variables. Or maybe people like stopped earlier in the season or whatever, but I'm expecting to see those familiar faces, and I haven't. I honestly have not seen a single familiar face. I'm seeing people. I ran into a friend of mine in a game, but it's weird. It's very weird.
And it's not just you, man. I mean, I've been watching Liquid Nurok a lot, and Nurok, it's so bad. He's playing with people that there's no way we're even close to his MMR, right? Because his MMR, this guy is like top GM level.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no way that his MMR is mid-master. But he's playing with people that were low master and diamond last season. And he just can't even support. Like, he's a support player. He's trying to learn support because he just switched roles in his team.
Yeah.
And he can't even play support because there's Valas going auto attack build. Like there's crazy things, these just Wild West games happening that you just feel like, I need to carry this game or we are going to lose.
Yeah. And people chalk it up to like, oh, it's placements, it's always like this. Well, I thought they kind of restricted the amount of loosening of MMR that happens.
Yeah.
And then, you're supposed to place near kind of where you ended off, right? And I thought they were also going to reduce the amount of games required to play Hero League, but I mean, to place, for placements. But I guess that's not coming out yet. I might have read that wrong somewhere, but yeah, I don't know. I'm legit getting people that are like in chat explaining to each other like, "Hey, Blaze is a solo lane." Like, I get it. Okay, cool. But everyone's like, yeah, dude, like, what the hell, or ban Chromie, or like, after you've played enough Hero League and you've played enough HOTS, there are certain signs that you see that you look out for in other players from what they say or what they do, where you're like, okay, this person obviously doesn't know what's going on here. They're coming in with the mindset of a meta from like a different time or a different rank that is not like top. Like, higher level stuff, right? Like, you'll see when you're Zagara on Dragonshire doesn't go top right away. Instead,
Oh
starts
my
laning
God.
bottom. Starts
The
la-
worst feeling.
starts laning bottom, and you're like,
It's the worst. It feels really bad, man.
Or when someone says Gazlo's really good at controlling the shrines, and you're like, are we like what's going on here? But yeah. Anyways, what else?
The question is, will it be changed after? Will it be fixed after people have placed and time has gone by? That's the main
Maybe.
question.
I think Blizzard's waiting on that because they don't want to. They don't want to jump the gun like they did late last year, where they're like, "Hey, sorry, let's redo this." They do not want to do that again. If they do that again, they will effectively kill this game. They will do like that. Will happen. They're just gonna. I think they're just gonna let it ride out, dude.
No, they are. I mean, you're right.
You
Because
just got to do a reset.
they already gave a bunch of golds and plats masters for no reason last season, and their MMRs stayed up there. So
Reset. I don't know how I feel about
why
a reset.
couldn't I be
dude.
part of that, Blizzard? Why couldn't you just give me free masters? That'd be nice.
Like the biggest issue now, like what you're seeing is there's a lot of players who have played since preseason when MMR was just completely busted, and now they're starting to see games like Soken was saying before, where you're seeing games with mid masters when your MMR should be like top tier, because the MMR has been so messed up and like things have gotten so in reverse throughout all the seasons that it was all messed up that you're going to be placing weird. Like the internal MMRs for a lot of players might be really different than expected.
Yeah,
I know.
There should not
like,
be
I
a
know the
reset at all. There should never be a reset at this point ever again.
I mean, there should be. I think there should be like a soft reset for maybe like top tier for at least like Master GM. Be like, we're gonna place everybody's internal MMR and actual MMR to like plat. Like the thing is like separating the two, but still having the same rank is super weird. And I'm not saying like reset it completely and then like have a couple masters just do bad in placements and place into like silver 2 and have to climb. Like that's insane.
Okay, I see
Like-
what you're saying. Like it's like
Soft reset it to plat and let us climb out, and then move everybody else down a tier. Like plats go to
But
gold,
then you have
gold
the
go to
same
silver.
issue that happens in the plat games with the people that are plat and belong in plat. Or I say belong,
But a lot of so my mentality toward it is, yeah, you're gonna have all the same players obviously end up in plat to start, but it's such a bigger climb out of there that chances are they're gonna get stuck. Like those actual plat players are gonna get out of gold, get into plat again, and like stick around with those other plat players. And like the master players are gonna move on from there. The issue is like when you're starting at master 1000 with a 20% win rate with the plus 40 personal rank adjustment. That happened to me. I went 2-8, placed master 1000. My personal rank adjustment's over 40. So now I can just cruise at like a 49% win rate for probably the next 100 games, move up in points, and probably hit GM if I grind. If like I just did it fast enough, and I don't even need to be good to do that. Like I could show up and have half my games be carried. But the thing is, like, if you're like, okay, there's no personal rank adjustment, you're going back down to like plat 3, like right in the center, with everybody, then you have to have above a 50% win rate to climb, below a 50% win rate to drop. Keep it 200 even for the season for like those players climbing. And then you won't have to worry about people just like cruising off personal rank adjustment. A lot of people will be left behind. Like there's so many players last season where you have 1,000 games and they're grandmaster off that alone, not because they got like a 58% win rate in Hero League and they're really playing well.
Actually, I was watching Cattle's stream this morning, and there was a guy in his games. It was great. I think the highest he placed is Grandmaster 6, and Cattle was just like kind of like throwing a little bit of shade at him because he was like, "This guy is like, what the hell is this guy thinking?" That I looks at his account. The guy played 1,000 games last season, was GM number 6, and right now was Diamond 1 falling to Diamond 2.
Yeah.
So
And that happens to a lot of people. So like, I don't know. I think throw it to plat, take personal rank adjustment out, let people that are better, that are winning more than 50% of their games, get back up to master. Players at 50 will stay where they are, and like if they're actually diamond or low master, then toward the end of the season, when all those grandmaster players have already climbed out, those players will slowly creep up. Like as long as you do that, you're fine. Yeah, Raynor said that's what happens in Hearthstone. Like you just play a crap ton of games, hit legend, feel good about yourself. Like shouldn't be like that in HOTS. And like I know players last season who had a 49% win rate all season, and their personal rank adjustment is like still 40. I'm like, you haven't had a winning season in forever. On hot slogs, your MMR is going really far down, but in Heroes of the Storm, your rank's going really far up, which is like backwards. Like, and that's a lot of reason why these MMR issues are caused, because it's like, okay, the internal MMR is going down because of your win rate, but somehow like your on-screen MMR, like how many points you have, is going up. So then it's never going to be the same. Like, it's never going to equal out and provide balanced games. They have to do some sort of reset to all those players who are really messed up right now.
Right.
They'll never do it though. They've already said they're against any type of reset. They think it will ruin how things work.
And given, like, I love this game, and this game has its ups and downs, but like when it's really up, it's you're riding that wave. It's funny.
I know.
It's fun. It's funny how the life of this game works, right? It goes in streaks. It feels great, and then it feels like ass, and then it feels great, and then it feels like shit, and then you go play Hero League. You go on these streaks, or like, yeah, and then all of a sudden for 2 months you can't win a game, and you're like, what the heck is going on?
Dude, I know. It is so true.
It's so weird how those two things kind of have a correlation with one another. No, but I think they won't do that. For as well as this game seems to be doing right now, it's still very fragile, and they've had some rough moments, and they do not want to mess it up again, ever again. But anyways, so yeah, let's talk a little bit about. Do we talk about Jimmy, or do we want to briefly mention Asmodan real fast?
Just talk about HL reports at this point, because we kind of already went into a deep dive on Hero League, and we'll circle back to them and go into deep on them.
Okay. All right. Well, Hero League, my Hero League report. Let me go back to that Curse Hollow game real fast. Here, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna highlight Hero League report there. I played the Curse Hollow. We had a Diablo, Leeming, Jimmy Raynor, Abathur that went Monstrosity, and Ariel. I was the Ariel against Acacia, Lily, Thrall, Johanna, Nazebo. And the Lily was the last pick. It was actually a really good pick. I was so happy that guy picked it. He was like, I think we need spell damage against this Cassia. And dude, he was blowing her ass to the moon.
As Lily?
Li Ming.
Oh, Li Ming. I thought you said Lily. I was like, whoa, what?
No, Li Ming.
Okay.
But
yeah.
Anyways, I saw that they had committed to all these blinds, and usually I like to pick Rhaegar, Monk. I was gonna just pick Monk, even though they had first pick Lily. I'm gonna pick the Monk anyways. I just play around the blinds like I usually do. Like, I'm fine. And then I saw Johanna come out. I'm like, that doesn't scare me at all. And then I saw the Cassia come out. I'm like, all right, I'm not playing Monk anymore.
All right, I'm a little worried.
I'm not playing Monk anymore. However, they're really focusing on this Jim Raynor. We have spell power coming, ability power coming out of Li Ming. Or, well, the guy was hovering Li Ming. He was talking about going Li Ming. And I'm like, what support can I pick that will sustain well against, or that can sustain well in team fights, even in poking skirmishes and stuff like that, or just in general, and where I can also kind of add in my own damage as well, because this Raynor's damage is going to be reduced a lot. I want to be able to add in my own damage as well. And I thought about, and then I was like, Ariel can actually be okay, and I actually want to try this out. However, again, he's going to be blinded. Maybe I'm not going to get as much energy, as much hope as I would like.
Yeah.
I can generate it myself, though, with,
Exactly. Energized core at 7, right?
But that's still reliant on some auto attacks, right?
Oh, yeah, good point.
But I can still deal some ability damage. Ariel actually hits a little hard ability-wise compared to other supports. It was Curse Hollow. We had that Diablo. I was looking to combo off of his abilities, throw people into the walls. I just knew I had to play hot that game. The other options were Malfurion, But I do not like Malfurion into Cassia because, like, Cassia, yes, she deals that sustained damage, and then she kind of just ramps up and then just blows you up, right? And Malf can't keep up with that. Like, during the poke, he can. However,
But then she'll start walking forward. Like, you use your root.
Yeah.
She'll start walking forward past it, and then you're just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
And then she's just on you. And then she just, and then she'll, like, or on Jimmy Raynor, and I can't do anything. So that's why I considered Auriel again. I've got the whip. I can, when she fends, I can whip her away. I can save. I've got the Aegis. All that stuff. Anyways, that game was so fun. It was so good. I died 3 times. I was being a little over aggressive in some scenarios, and I get debated by abathurs because I'm like, clone, clone, clone. I kept like wondering where clone was. It was always a monstrosity in the other lane. There was one time.
Oh no!
There was one time where the monstrosity was in our lane and actually helped in the team fight, and we wiped it. And it was really nice because he was able to like had it and kill Lily and stuff with it in Cassia. But the Li Ming stepped up and really, whoever that Li Ming player was, man, that was awesome. You played super well. And that guy hadn't played in a while either, but he was like, hey, I'm just going to pick Li Ming. I'm like, all right. And he bodied. It was cool. That Diablo too, he went with the charge, the shadow charge quest. So he was dealing more spell damage on everybody. It was real. It was so cool. Everybody like adjusted. And then I gave Jimmy Raynor that attack speed, dude.
Oh yes.
Oh, it was
feels
good.
So good, man. It feels so good.
So the Jimmy played really well against the blinds. They would blind him. He would kind of back off, wait, and then just go in, and just hammer away. I also went with the blinds against the Thrall and the Cassia. I also had my own blinds as well. But yeah, it was a really fun game. And Auriel and Jimmy, when you have a good Auriel, fringe average, it's really good. It's really good. I was using Aegis aggressively. Like, we'd be in the team fight and we'd be peppering him away, and he went with the Banshee. You know, we're just giving him some pepper or whatever. And I'll go in there, I'll Aegis in there because we're healthy. He's got his own burst healing and armor that he can give himself also. I'll get in there, I'll Aegis, put out some more spell damage, AoE spell damage. It was a lot of fun. That game is probably gonna go on YouTube, but yeah. I'm having a hard time with Malfurion this season, so I switched over to Rhaegar and Kharazim. Probably gonna be using Auriel a lot more as well, and not only am I having more fun, I'm finding more success as well.
Why do you think, with Malf being the meta and clearly being meta pick for a reason, right? He's very, very like, just good overall. Why do you think you're having trouble with him right now?
Hey, sorry, Bacon in the chat says, hey, I play Auriel too, Kappa. Yeah, no, you're the one that got me into Auriel. I mentioned Fringe because he's not a good Auriel. But I watched Soken stream, dude. You got some work to do, baby. You got some work to do.
I was trying to coach him up as best I can, but I'm not a support main, so
you can watch this video, Fringe. Don't worry. I think Malfurion is the reason why I'm having a hard time with Malfurion is because the players that I'm playing with don't understand really like how Malfurion works. Like, yes, you see that green bar of healing that it says you're going to get over time. Doesn't mean you're going to get that full healing over time. It requires a lot more. I feel like it requires a lot more synergy within my other teammates to get a lot of value out of Malfurion, right? I need to like follow up CC. Oh, hey, I rooted this guy. Okay. Oh, hey, I just used Twilight Dream. Now everyone's running away. I'm like, that was my Twilight Dream. Where are you going? Tranquility. We can stay and fight. No. It's just I feel like there's never enough. I can't wave clear with him. There's a lot of people that do not wave clear in Hero League right now, so Rhaegar for me is a good wave clear option. Auriel is actually not bad either. Malfurion is okay. However, if like Malfurion's in the lane by himself, it really feels bad. It really feels bad.
Yeah, I can see that.
At least with Rhaegar, I can go take camps by myself. I have my own mana return.
Oh my god.
I actually deal damage to other heroes, whereas Malfurion doesn't really deal a whole lot of damage, like meaningful damage, until Twilight Dream. But yeah, so
okay, I see it.
I have to carry in my own way. So I think my because my challenge is to play support all the way through until I get to master, grandmaster. Like that's me. That's what I want to do. And
yeah, bro. I love it.
I have to and we'll get into this later, but you know, I got to change the way I think about the game and in Hero League, which is, you know, tough because my mind is so ingrained in one way. But yeah.
What about you, Armis? What is your Hero League report? Have you played
Hero League's
much?
been going well. Yeah, I had a great game with Bacon earlier today. We kicked some ass. It was really nice on Alterac Pass. Team played really smart. Like I was able to take down a whole fort as Gray Man. They're like, yeah, let's just like back up. I was like, wow, we're not inting. This is nice.
Run it down, boys!
Yeah, and he played Oreo that game. Did really well. So that was fun. Other than that, my placements went really bad. I was like, I really didn't care about him too much because like I'm gonna place Master 1000 no matter what. So let's just let it happen. I kind of just went through them.
See,
like,
that's what I
3 in the
thought.
morning.
I was like, I'm gonna play. It doesn't matter. Master 1000 easy. I went 4 and 6, Diamond 1, dude. I was so,
Yeah, that's rough.
I was so mad.
Yeah. Right now, I'm about to kick Bacon's ass in Hero League. I think he's playing Decker Kane this game. Let's get it.
Armis is the king of playing Hero League during the podcast, by the way, guys. Like every time we do the show, he's playing Hero League in the background. This guy.
Yeah. I love playing the game. The show makes me itch to play. Sorry, team. No comms this game. I'm a little busy. But yeah. I mean, other than that, like Hero League's been good. I like just like all the different picks. We have a Genji this game somehow. Speaking of him always being banned in draft. Bans this game are definitely a little weird. We have a Abba, Diablo, Hammer, and Chromie ban as the first 4, which is different.
Diablo, Hammer, and Chromie.
And this is a good game. Like Lutano's banning for our team. Like it's not a low MMR game. We have a recognizable team, so this should be an interesting one. But yeah, interesting bans.
Right on.
Yeah, so interesting bans, but I mean, overall good games. Like the queues have definitely taken longer. I've noticed like even like prime times like now, I'm getting like 6-7 minute queues. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I don't know if it's like working or not. I mean, I'll have to play a couple more games to try it out. I've only played like 20. I'll probably by next week I'll have like 100 games in, so I'll be able to say like, hey, this was good or bad, based on like how long it's taking. So we'll see. I have my hopes up for the season. I have my hopes up that they're going to notice the good and bad things and maybe do a soft reset, maybe push, like just get it out of Master, get these personal rank adjustments down. That's the only thing I want. I just don't want to see somebody with 40 personal rank adjustment like pop into my games all the time.
Yeah.
With like a 40% win rate. Like get rid of that, throw people, or like just have it like Master and above, there's no personal rank. Throw everybody back down to like Diamond 3, 500 points, like how it used to be a few seasons ago, and I think that would even be good. But overall, good games. I'm excited for the rest of the season. I'm going to try and grind an early GM this season, then maintain it. Yeah, we're going to keep it rolling. I'll be playing all night, probably stream after this too. So.
Right on. Cool. All right, let's move into the...
Let's circle back, yeah.
Let's circle back to give. Let's go back for some more pepper. So Soken here. How many games of Raynor have you played already?
Oh man, I am close to like somewhere between like 15 and 20 games.
Okay.
Of Jimmy, just straight Jimmy. Like if you look at my match history, I am 100% pepper, 100% pure peps, and some of them are versus AI because I just still wanted to practice my stuttering and my stutter stepping and all that stuff. But when it came out on Tuesday, right, at the new season and everything, I was like, I need to check this out, man, because I've always loved Jimmy and I've always tried to make him work. Whenever I want a good cheese, whenever I feel like cheesing someone in quick match, I'll ask a buddy, yo, let's give me some medic action, backpack me. Give me some stim. We'll just go in. We'll just try and walk over everyone. And sometimes, if the team was bad, then in quick match before you'd walk over them anyway because they're bad. But generally speaking, there were still games where I was doing so well as Jimmy, I would have like 100k damage. I'd have my season's marksman's all done. All that stuff would be done, and I'd still lose because at the end of the game, I'm still not doing enough damage to be meaningful, even after all that. So, my hopes and dreams are basically alive. They're happening. I you know, he's got a really good tree, a really good talent tree, and as much as people say, oh, there's only one build, I would have to disagree. I think that there's lots of flexibility in his choices. I personally have been very rigid. I've personally been very rigid on my choices only because that's how I learn heroes. Is that I do one build, I keep grinding out the build, and then I see where things can change. I've also seen a lot of people posting builds on Reddit. I looked at, there was a Math of the Storm post on Reddit that's hosted on Tempo Storm. I mean, that kind of goes through each of the talents and explains mathematically why things are better for certain reasons or whatever. But even they admit, you know, hey, this may look better mathematically, but you know, that's assuming certain things about the team fight, which you cannot guarantee. So
CC, other disabling effects and things. Like, it's like, hey, this is the best DPS build because the numbers indicate so. It's like, yeah, but what if they have like 18 blinds?
What if my Murden jumps to the back line and, you know, in front and back of 5 people and I can't reach him and he stuns someone?
Yeah.
I mean, great, good stuff, but I'm not going to be able to hit that person. So it really is. I mean, you need to use your head. You need to, as always, be open to changing your builds, and you need to know why you're doing it. It's something that's very important when it comes especially to Hero League, something we just talked about. And something we'll also get to later on in the insight segment. It's just know your heroes, guys. Know your heroes. And for me, that's why I do this. That's why I played 15, 20 games on Raynor, because I'm going to learn a lot. You know what I mean? I'm going to learn a lot about how he's weak, how he's strong. And let's go into that a little bit. So first of all, strategically, why would you pick Jim Raynor? First of all, if you're a good stutter step player, you're very good at stutter stepping and auto attack heroes. So let's say you used to be a Vala player before when she was meta, you'll probably be a good Jimmy player. He just by auto attacking, his trait, every 4th auto attack you do increased damage and AoE damage. You can clear waves easily, right? You can double soak. You can actually solo lane as Raynor easily and body people. I've done that before. Because if you're a solo lane player and you know how to stutter step, you can easily do it. And you actually have wave clear now. So there's that aspect, right? If you're a good auto attack player, you will be good. If you think you're good at auto attacking and you're not, you will get bodied. And that's also fine too. You'll learn from that. So get bodied and learn and move on.
I think strategically, one of the most important things that you've missed, honestly, sorry, dude, is that's new skin is just so good that you have.
Oh my God,
you
right.
You have to pick him. You have to pick him.
Okay, I'm adding that to the show notes. Must use, what is it called? Chrome Wastes. Skin.
Frozen Wastelands or something. Yeah.
All right. Sorry, you're so right, man. I feel embarrassed right now.
Okay, real quick side note, like he looks like a new hero. He looks like something off of like another game, and you're like, dude, this guy is like, you feel like you're shredding. You're like, ugh.
Dude, his Inspire sound is a vroom, like a rev, and I'm like, yeah, I just want to go. It feels so good.
I don't want to see any Martial Outrider Raynors anywhere, and get out of here with that.
You're behind the curve. Yep. Get with it.
It's only 600 shards too.
It's not bad, and actually, it's only I want to say close to 950 gems, something like that. It's not 1,000 gems, so it's a little cheaper than the rest of the bundles, individual bundles too.
Anyways,
but yeah, I love that skin. It's great, and I also paired that with the boar. What was it? The something boar skin. It's the last time that the Chrome Waste, the Garrosh release came out. It was when the Garrosh release came out. They released the motorcycle. Remember that?
Yeah.
And that motorcycle goes perfectly with the skin as well. So you have that new motorcycle and you have the old motorcycle, both of which work really well. Skinergy. Hashtag Skinergy.
Blegopie in chat says, you guys make great points, but Murica Raynor.
Yeah.
That's close. It's a close one.
It's close, man. But I gave it up. I know you have all those slots, right? And I gave up the American Raynor for the Chrome Waste Raynor. Anyway, all right. So his strengths in a game are going to be sustained fights. You want to ideally, he has some burst. He's not a bad burst hero in some sense, right? But he shines in the sustained fight. The longer you can go, the more procs you get with your trait. Eventually, later on, those procs in your talents will lead to you getting certain benefits. You'll slow the enemy, which means if you take the level 1 ace in the hole, you're going to get more procs on your auto attacks for basically as executioner. A giant killer at level 16, where you can get basically double proc of your trait every 4 auto attacks because you can activate your trait. Having a good support, if you can keep Jimmy alive, if you know you have a good support, you have a trustworthy support. Let's say you played a game with a guy previously and you know, oh my gosh, this guy, great Ariel player, great whatever player. He will keep you alive. You're going to do some damage, right? That's good. Some also great synergy with Raynor is any kind of CC heroes because of that, again, that level 1. He also has his own CC, but it's really nice to have things like an ETC, Johanna, and Arthas. Those tanks specifically are going to get you a lot of value when you engage in a fight. I would say, personally, his weaknesses, from my experience, are sometimes it's easy to overextend because you get kind of hyped. At least that's my weakness. You hear that rev and you just want to like go in. Like there's so many times.
It goes, vroom, time to feed, boys. Let's go.
Yeah. And so like I would do like these flanks, and sometimes it would work out, but sometimes I'd also feed. I'll be honest. But that's part of me learning the hero. I purposely did that, both for fun and to see how far I could take the hero. He has a strong engage. If you have if they have a strong engage or front line, it can be hard for you to get your damage in, because if you have things like a Diablo on the opposite team, you don't want to really step up. You're going to be a little worried about getting hit into a wall or something. The dive and poke, both of those are, poke less so, but dive specifically is very good against Raynor. I saw even in a game with you, Goon, where it was you on Monk and someone else on Zeratul, and you just queued onto the Raynor, and he blinked wormhole onto the Raynor and queued, and he died. He just died.
Yeah.
Like, and specifically also with Monk, you have the block totem and stuff. Someone brought that up in chat earlier. That's also very good. But he is, dive and burst. He is, and in some lesser sense, poke like Chromie, he is weaker against because his health pool is still not that high. So he has, and also you have to activate your own health, which sometimes you forget. Your E. You're
so trained, you're so conditioned to like let it pop by itself that you
exactly. Yeah. It's another timing like aspect of Jimmy that you really have to get used to.
So do you want to use like? Is it nice? Do you want to? Maybe when you're looking to get in there and deal some damage, right? You get in there, you deal some damage, and then like you kind of overstep. You take some damage, you pop your heal, and then maybe you activate your inspire so you can get that cooldown reduced even faster. Like you sit there in that fight and you trade. Is that like how you want to do that, or like it's situational, or?
So yeah, if you overstepped. So there was times even on stream yesterday. If you guys were watching my stream, or not yesterday. Was it yesterday or Tuesday?
I think it was yesterday.
It feels like yesterday, but I think it was
Tuesday. It was Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah, because I went out last night to celebrate my promotion at work. But yeah. So
he went out to celebrate his Raynor level up.
Exactly. Level 14, baby.
Let's go.
Yeah, so what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, so he's kind of like Zul'jin at this point. So, like, Zul'jin, there's times where you're like, oh, crap. And you're like, oh, I see that ETC. Like, he's going to slide me. It's over. But I have Taz Dingo. So I'm going to try and trade. I'm going to try and get a kill. So that's kind of what I've been doing with Raynor, is if I know that I'm going to die, I will just look at the lowest health hero, target that person, inspire, just and then try to survive as long as possible and try to hopefully trade. So that's kind of my thoughts there.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that's it. But you definitely don't want to be too aggressive. You have to pay attention to your tank. You have to make sure that your tank, when he goes in, that he goes in and you follow him, not that you go in first, and then also that he does have some idea of peel, right? That he's going to come back and maybe protect you. It's also very nice to have. But I guess that's kind of a given, right? Like that's just a general thing. That's not really anything unique to Raynor. So.
Yeah. Cool.
But I feel like that's everything. I've covered a lot. So
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, I definitely want to play him more. However, I won't be playing him in Hero League. I'll be playing him in unranked and quick match with my buddies. But yeah, just because of my personal goals and stuff. But I do like playing with Raynors. I like playing against Raynors. I like that. So cool. All right.
Look, and so real quick before we continue, everyone right now is going, "Oh my God, Raynor OP." Okay, look. You had a garbage tier hero, okay? Garbage tier.
So
he was
true.
in the trash can. He was being flushed down the toilet. Basically, he was non-existent. And now he's actually a good hero. So yeah, a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh my God, OP, it's Executioner level 1. But it's like, dude, come on. Give the guy a chance. Let people play against him. People aren't used to that anymore because Vala fell out of the meta. They don't really have auto attack heroes anymore and to play against all the time. So let it settle. Don't just say OP because you think, "Oh my God, Executioner level 1, that's so annoying," whatever. Let it settle,
Yeah.
So that's kind of my spiel.
Yeah. Speaking of Vala, I'm gonna take her for a spin later. See what's up. I have
like her right now.
I have some ideas. Like
Okay.
I think people are forcing Qs and multi shots and stuff a little too much. I think there's some variability in her build. But anyways, that being said, let's gain some insight.
My mind is clear.
All right. So, we've been talking a lot about Hero League, crazy placements and all kinds of stuff. And I was thinking about this today, and I was having a bad time. There was my first game of the day. I had a guy that hadn't played in 2 years. 2 years was the last time that he played. Yes, it was the last time that he played. He was in our game. There was somebody else who hadn't played in like 3 seasons. 0 games for 3 seasons, Hero League games for 3 seasons. And I was not betting. It was Brax's holdout. I was hovering Stukov, and the guy, when it was my turn to pick. It was after the second ban phase. We were gonna have first pick. I was hovering Stukov. I was like, I'll play Stukov. I went to go use the restroom. Came back. I was Medivh. First of all, the pick timers for Hero League are so short. It's actually pretty crazy. I don't know if I like it or not. I'm still getting used to it. However, I come back and I'm Medivh, and I was like, "What the hell happened?" And like everyone's flaming me. I'm like, "I went to go use the restroom. I was hovering Stukov. What happened?" I look up, my teammate banned Stukov for some unknown reason, and he was Gul'dan, and I was just like, "Why did you do that?" And he was just like, "I didn't want them to get it." I'm like, "We have the next pick." And then he didn't say anything. No. And I was just so triggered, dude. And then I was forced solo. Our comp was Gul'dan. It was Gul'dan, Medivh. No, Gul'dan. Braxis, hold out. Gul'dan, Azmodan, Medivh, Vala, Lili.
Oh,
Against Sonya, Diablo, Genji, Malfurion, and Jaina.
Nice.
That game ended. That game took a little too long. Let's just say that. I was over it, dude.
you were ready for it to be over the second it started.
Not only that, I was playing on Central. I had almost 90 ping trying to play Medivh, solo laning against Sonya. It was embarrassing.
GG Bacon.
Yeah. Oh, whoa. Did you win or lose?
You got smoked.
He did or you did?
No, they did.
Oh no.
Very clean game.
Anyways, yeah, so
I just got cancer listening to that comp.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough. Black OP was rough. But anyways, I was so mad, and that frustration carried over into my next games. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna play. I just have to carry. I'm gonna keep playing support, but I have to carry, and I have to do that in ways that I know. Macro, looking for picks, things like that. Which heroes are gonna give me the best options to do that? Rhaegar and Kharazim right now. Unless I have a team that's like really coordinating with me and stuff, then I'll do something else. But in these crazy games where maybe one person joins voice chat, they don't say anything all game, or you have these wild, just crazy guys. And the guy that didn't play for 2 years was the last pick, Vala. He quit 2 minutes into the game. He's like, fuck this. He just left.
What? You had an AI?
We had an AI Vala bot.
Oh my god, what?
Yeah, he was like, I don't want to play, and he left. I'm like,
Better
well,
luck next time. 2 years later.
yeah,
like
come back
2
in
years.
2 years. But anyways, so then I started thinking I need to carry. Maybe or these games are so wild in Clown Fiesta that like it doesn't matter what I know, what needs to happen, what camp timings need to happen, or whatever. Like what the pro meta is, it doesn't matter. I need to play Hero League. And the question I'm asking, or the statement, or whatever, is in Hero League. Sometimes you just Did I play the bumper? Did I play the bumper?
Yeah, you did.
Okay,
I
I'm
think
making
you
sure.
did.
Okay. And in Hero League, sometimes you just have to join the Clown Fiesta to make it work. You have to play suboptimally at times, make suboptimal decisions that aren't the norm, and just do whatever it takes to help your team win. True or false? There's really no wrong answer. It was just a statement. It's something that I thought of and wanted to get your guys' opinion on. Start with you, Aurumis.
All right. I have my answers to this. I think that you don't ever have to play suboptimally. All right. So the way I was looking at games, so I was thinking about this today, is both teams are having players that are like 50% win rate, like we've been talking about. You probably have 4 of those players all doing their own thing. The teams are going to even themselves out in dumb decisions throughout the game. It's up to that one player who's like that star of the team that changes things. And that doesn't mean it's a suboptimal play. Maybe a different play, but never suboptimal. Like I even tell my students that they're like, oh, like you have to take this camp in a minute. They're like, what if nobody soaks? I was like, well, how do you get people there, right? Like, how do you get people there beforehand? Like, what incentive do you give them? Don't go tell them to go soak a lane. Tell them, let's push this tower. Give them some false reason to come with you that sounds appealing. How are you playing out your cards throughout the game? And those are the decisions that you need to make. So it's not suboptimal play. So you're still able to do all those things. Like I just played an entire game as Greymane, no deaths. Damage wasn't the highest. I took camps all game. It's not suboptimal. It's just my team was doing other things, so I took camps. I had a game with Bacon today where I was just saying, okay, my team's 4v5ing and playing it really slow, so I'm going to take my time coming down and take an entire fort first. It's a different play. You won't normally see that, but I'm playing toward my team's strengths. It's not a suboptimal play. We got the objective. We got a free fort. I think we ended up like level 16 to 13 at a point. I mean, and it all stems off of that decision to do that, to watch what my team's doing. If you notice you have a bunch of players that like to rotate a lot, then you should look for ganks and quick tower pushes and pushes with camps. If you notice you have players that don't rotate a lot, then you need to make sure that people set up in lanes quickly. Make sure that maybe you're rotating. How are you changing your play to adapt toward your team's strengths and weaknesses? It's never I would never call it suboptimal, just the different way to go about it. Like if you're really that strong player, you will win the game with creative thinking like that. Like if the game was meant to work out in draft and the players had no impact, then you would be able to say, okay, we've drafted, theory craft the draft based on counters and tell you which team wins. The reason that there's like actual games and that like drafts only matter to an extent is because of like the unique decisions of the players in that game to do something different. That's how meta evolves too. Like I remember Cursed Hollow meta was always take the camp right away. And now it's like the team with the objective closest to it takes the camp at a minute. The team with the objective across the map takes it toward like that 2-minute and 30-second mark, so it splits. Before it was like take camps and push a side lane. Now it's take camps and push with them, or like while you're or sometimes even it's like when you notice the enemy taking a camp, instead of just responding with yours, you go push structures instead. At one point, somebody was like, "Hey, that's a unique decision." Somebody probably called it suboptimal, but now it's the meta. It's making those different decisions that give your team an advantage. They're going to make you win those games. So, like, always look at it that way. Don't look at anything as suboptimal or like this isn't the norm. This isn't the meta. Like the meta only changes because you did something different in the first place. It doesn't just happen.
Yeah.
It's because somebody tried something else and you noticed it worked. I mean, like, always give things a shot in your game. Watch your teammates. Watch what they're doing. And adapt off that. Make decisions, make unique decisions based off what your team is doing right and wrong. That's how you're going to win your games.
Yeah, that's pretty good, actually. Yeah, I will agree. I said suboptimally because that's how I was like, I know I should be with my team right now, or I see them feeding. Like, I just pinged, hey, I'm top, getting this camp, or I have a Zagara in the top lane. I know ideally, like, on Towers of Doom, I want to get that bottom camp out. However, I know I have Zagara up here. I'm going to come up here and focus these sappers and get this wall down right away. Oh, they're missing. I know they're coming up here. Because I know they're coming up here, now I'm going to go bottom and not only take my sappers, I'm going to take theirs too.
Exactly.
And then,
bait vision, things like that.
Yeah.
Like, you knowing, like, hey, I can bait them by showing top and then going to do something else is something that you'll rarely see players do. That's, I mean, like...
Yeah.
I guess I'll be the one to disagree, because I'm always am.
No.
You freaking guys, man.
Wait, go ahead.
No,
I mean,
So-
it's, I like where he's coming from. I'm kind of the same way. I know. Go ahead. I'll let you do.
So
your
look, of course, you're talking about Hero League. You're never going to get players because of the way that everything worked out and the way the matchmaking sucks and has sucked forever. You're never going to get players that know what the hell they're doing ever. Here, freaking cat, man, Jesus. You're never going to get players that know what they're doing. So, yes, okay, you can make up for that. Yes. Is it the optimal thing to do objectively? No. Straight up no. That's why things exist like the way that people play, let's say Cursed Hollow. Yes, things evolved because of the way that the map changed over time. But does that mean that that came from Hero League? No. It definitely did not come from Hero League. It did not come from the way that we do that in Hero League.
I'm sure there's small things that happen, you know. Like,
there's definitely things that like players won't try in scrims because you don't want to like just get rocked. That you're like, okay, we're gonna try this. Like,
no, that's not true though.
game.
I know that's not true. People do dumb crap in scrims all the time, and they do it because they want to know that it doesn't work. I've heard of triple stealth comps before in scrims.
Yeah.
So yeah,
no, it's happened.
That's not going to
Like,
happen.
And like I'm sure a lot of those ideas spawn from a Hero League game. Like, you'd be surprised where somebody's like, hey, this really worked at a Hero League game. Let's try it in a competitive setting.
Let's use a Curse Hollow as an example. Like, I'm sure maybe someone in Hero League somewhere took that camp at the right time, and then while everyone went down to the tribute, that camp push, and then somebody that was a pro. Maybe it was just dumb luck. Maybe the enemy Gazlo was on the other side of the map doing something, and that maybe there was a pro or a higher level player in that game that was like, "Huh, that actually got a lot of value." I'm not saying that happened, but like maybe it did. I mean, that's just one instance.
If your strength is literally that you only know how to teamfight and you don't know the game well enough to know camp timings, you're terrible at the game and you need to improve at the game. And it really sucks that I have to play with you and that is not optimal. Straight up. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
That's just unacceptable. And the fact that we're even talking and even questioning what is optimal or suboptimal in that sense is not right. It's not right to me.
It's not right. Okay, but it's not. It's not happening. Yes. You have to play the game.
I do it all the time. You've seen games where I have no tank and no healer. Do you think I just go and try to do what's meta on the game?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but
you can't get mad.
That doesn't mean that in that game is the optimal thing to do. No, it sucks balls because I am stuck taking every camp on the map because my team can't team fight.
Yeah.
That's not optimal.
It's not optimal.
So,
Yeah. Okay.
objectively, I disagree. Objectively, subjectively, I can agree. I can see what you're
it's
saying.
not ideal.
But
I don't know. I think that you just have to adapt to what's happening, and then eventually you'll get to a point where, and you're gonna have some players on your games that are trying and want to do those optimal plays and stuff like that. And cool. Right now, you're getting a lot of just people playing Hero League to play Hero League for their mounts or whatever. But I don't know. I think it's okay to just have to be like, okay, this isn't the most ideal thing to do, but I got to do it anyways because I have to keep my team in the game, or I have to create an advantage.
I think there's also an important distinction to make, right? Because you can do everything quote unquote optimal and meta and get all the camp timings and everything, but there's going to be certain points in the game where things are kind of at a standstill. You're not sure what to do. All the camps, let's say, are taken. Objective is down for another, let's say, 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. So yeah, in that way, in that time of the game, I think that's the time to get creative. That's where creative plays can happen. Let's go wait in this bush. I'm pinging my team. Let's go wait in this bush. Let's get a gank. Or I see my team is getting a fort bottom and they're leaving, so they're not going to fight. So I can stay top and get this camp that's about to spawn, or something. Like, you could be a little more creative, but I don't think that applies to like the whole game. You know, I don't think that just means nothing is suboptimal. Am I crazy?
No.
I
I see where you're coming from. Aurumis and I just come from a more. We're emotional. You're logical. That's how it is.
I want to have faith. I want to think it's gonna like turn out well. And like I said, I'm more worried about myself. Like when I'm playing these games, like I always just like find if I'm worried about who's on the other team, like doing whatever, that I just play worse myself. Because I just give myself excuses. And like I don't know. I feel like after like doing it for so long, especially on like amateur teams and things like that, like when I just started playing and like when I was bad and stuff like that, like I realized that like blaming others, like even though like yeah, it is their fault, like logically, like you said, you're 100% right. After doing it so much, like I just don't get the satisfaction from it. I'm like, I'd rather just get better and just pretend they don't exist.
Yeah, I agree. And you know, I have that same issue too, where like I know I'm supposed to be taking this camp. I'm gonna go take the camp. Okay, I go to camp. I see, oh my god, my team is like literally trying to run it down. If they get engaged on, they're gonna die and we're gonna lose. So I'm like, okay, well, in that case, I know what danger they're in, and I struggle with that same thing of like, okay, well, I even told my team, I am trying to take this camp. Please don't fight. And they still are in the middle of the lane asking to die. So it's like, what do you do, right? And I struggle with that all the time. And it's something I don't know that I'll ever perfect, but I still will always keep that objective mindset of, I know that this is the right thing to do, and I don't want to be dumb and learn the bad things. Because for me, I'm not even in Masters like you guys. I don't have 2K points to just throw away. Like I'm in Plat 2, dude. I got to climb. I got to do the things that are objectively right, or else my team will never do them. Right? Like,
hey, those master points, they go away real fast. Trust me.
Yeah,
I know, but
they
it's
do.
a little different. I lose 3 games and I'm already down at promo because I have a negative PRA for some reason or something. You know what I mean? Like there's some kind of reason for me, like that makes that less appealing in my eyes. But
yeah, okay. Whew. That was wild and spicy and crazy. We gave him some pepper. We gave him some pepper.
The Soken spice, baby.
No, it's good. It's good. I'm glad you brought up a counterpoint. We're over here, doing our thing. But yeah, I see where you're coming from, and
I see where everyone in chat is coming from too. It's like you can only do what you do is best. I understand, or what you do best. I understand. HOTS is all about adaptation. I understand. I'm not saying that every game should play out the same. I'm not saying that you can't ever change things up. Like, I see them rotating to this. Let's go gank. We know there's only 3 there. Let's go kill them. Like, I'm not saying you can't do those plays or change things up. I'm just saying, under circumstances where everyone is playing on the same level, you should be able to know like what is the right thing to do and what is not the right thing to do, right? At that point, with that knowledge.
Yeah.
On Cursed Hollow, at a minute, if the tributes on my side of the map, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna take those siege giants at a minute. You know, that's just how it is, and I don't think that's wrong to do that.
No.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, I mean, you're right. Like, it's just it's what works best for you too. Like, if that's the mindset that works best for you in your games, you're winning with that. Like, you got to do it.
For me,
wow.
having to change that mindset, like for me, having to adapt the mindset that I have, the Aurumis have, whatever, allows me to constantly go back and queue up. You know, like I just queue up again, and that's that. But anyways,
Yeah.
as Soken takes his cat out of the room after that cat harassing the hell out of him.
Cat. Up one.
Yeah, actually, before you left, Soken, I was just saying, like,
Sorry.
me, like adapting the mindset that I have with it, or whatever, and like understanding, like sometimes you gotta make these dumb plays, allows me to just go and queue right back up again, and look to climb, get creative. Like that's just me though, but.
Yeah, no, I mean, I understand, and in some, there's always times like when I say that, just as I say that, there's always times where I'm thinking like, maybe I should have just gone and fought. Screw it, you know. But I'm trying to get better at the game. I'm not trying to be the same and then hope to climb. Like that's not my that's also not my mindset either. So
Yeah. No, and that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. All right. So with that being said, let's move on to our troll challenge.
Get good or get wrecked.
All right, cool. So last week we had a challenge for everybody. It was in your games, when something wrong happens, when something bad happens, or you lose, or whatever, you win, instead of pointing out anybody else in your team at all, you ignore everything that your allies did in the game. You ignore it all, and you just ask yourself, what could I have done better? You had to keep any kind of comments about the feeds that your teammates were doing to a minimum. Let's just say I failed so hard. I mean,
I failed. I couldn't do it.
It's so hard to do that, and to make that a mental exercise is difficult. However, I'm glad, Aurumis, that you brought that up, because like now that makes me more aware of that, and now I'm looking to like get better at doing that, and it helps my games. Like I was just like, you know what, like I can't control this. I can't control this last pick Vala, you know, no tank, like that Braxis game comp. I'm just gonna play whatever.
How do you win? I did it. I noticed myself
don't.
about to do the same thing. Well, no. I noticed myself doing the same thing on stream today, where I think it was the first game I played on stream. We had a Braxis game, Stitches, Mouth the first two picks, and then I picked Chromie. Then we had a Mathiel top lane, and then last pick was like a Zeratul. And we're like, yeah, we like really don't need the Zeratul here. Against what they had, like really just couldn't provide anything useful.
Yeah.
And everybody was blaming him the whole game, and I was like, yeah, draft's bad. And I'm like, wait, no, why am I saying that? I'm like, all right, what could we have done to win this? Like, how could like I be playing this better? Like maybe I should be making a rotation as Chromie. Maybe like I could be doing something with the Zeratul, like instructing him to do something a different way. Like why are we really losing this? Like, is it really just that Zeratul pick? Is it just like the way he's playing that's losing like bottom lane? Like, why am I losing my lane? Like, yeah, it might be 3v4, but like, why am I losing? What can I be doing better? What can I do to like slow the pain?
What I want to know is that guy next to you okay? He's looking like he's having a good time.
Yeah. He's taking a little nap. He'll be up tomorrow for work. Hey Jordan, watch out, buddy. Yeah, he's fine.
All right. But yeah. It's tough, and I hope everybody else that listens and watches and whatever try that and continues to try to improve in that aspect. It makes the game a lot more enjoyable for you. But this week,
Agreed, yeah.
This week I'm gonna give a general challenge to everyone again, instead of doing individual ones. You're feeding. Instead of doing individual ones like we did the past couple times, I want a general one out for everybody. by this time next week, finish your placement games.
Oh no! Come on, man. What?
It's just 10 games. You play 10. You play 10 games in the week easy. You play like 15 the other day. Just play 10.
Make them all Jimmy Raynor.
Yeah,
So-
Raynor as much as you can. No, but yeah, just try to. Hey, 10 games between now and next week. That's all you got to do. You can do one game
All right.
each day.
Not on stream, right? Just generally speaking, just 10 games.
Yeah, and this is for everybody that's listening and watching. And then tell us what your guys' experiences were. I'm very curious to see and curious to know if you notice some game quality changes and stuff like that. But all right,
Okay.
and that is our show for this week. Thanks, guys.
show.
Yeah,
Everybody for tuning in.
yeah.
I'll let you know how my first post rework Raynor game is going. I'm doing it right now.
So before we leave, I do want to thank all of our Patreon supporters, everyone. Not, even if you're not a Patreon supporter, but you support the show by listening, watching, telling other people about it. We greatly appreciate it. Don't stop. Keep spreading the word. Get people in. It's a good time here. It's a good time. And a special shout out to Schizo again for creating our thumbnails each and every week, except for last week, because you didn't get back to me. You were AFK forever. I'm just kidding. But yeah, thank you all for listening to the Nexus Trolls, a Heroes of the Storm podcast, which we stream live on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/trollsgg, every week on Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Aurumis, where can the people find you?
You could find me at GG_Aurumis on Twitter. You could find me on Twitch at Aurumis8. I'll probably be going live soon. If you're interested in getting coaching of any sorts, you could find me on Gamer Sensei. I'm going to post my link in chat once again. Feel free to use that. You get $5 off the first lesson, plus whatever deals I have to start. Oop, I typed it in wrong. There we go. That's better. Yeah, check it out. It's a good time. I'll teach you a couple things, help you out with rank play, help you out with the mindset changes, heroes, anything you need. I also do teams and things like that. Can you coach me to get hooked into Gorge? I can. I got you. I only did it 4 times that game, but we
Easy
won.
money.
But yeah, so let me know if you guys need anything. Check out everything. More stuff to come, as usual.
Right on. Soken, where can people find your salt and pepper? Because they're playing Jimmy Raynor.
You need any Raynor advice? I got you covered on Twitter at Soken GLHF, and I am also on Twitch at Soken Gaming, twitch.tv/Soken Gaming, and I am actually pretty close to affiliate at this point. I am 9 followers away, so if
Right
I could
on.
get 9 more followers, then that would be pretty sick. I could put up some kind of sick emote. You know?
So when you guys are done here right now, as a matter of fact, pull up a tab and give him a follow right now. Go ahead and do that for him.
Bless RNG.
Cool. And then you guys can find me on Twitter at GOONHOTS, twitch.tv/GOONHOTS. I tweet all kinds of stuff, amateur scene stuff, pro scene stuff, random Hero League stuff, whatever. You'll also know when I go live on Twitter as well. You can also go to my Discord. If you go to my Twitch page at GOONHOTS, you can see my Discord channel there. There's a bunch of cool people in there chatting and stuff. And also, I am on Trollin' HGC Tuesdays, again. Tuesday evenings, 4:30 p.m. Pacific, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can catch me here every week as well. And, yeah. I think that's about it. Oh, on YouTube. GOONHOTS. GOONHOTS. Go on YouTube, check it out. I post videos there from time to time on my Hero League games, and I'll be posting some of the games that I talked about today. I will be posting on there, and also I have a backlog of a couple other games that I need to upload. But yeah, cool. Subscribe to our show on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, or wherever you happen to find your podcasts online. Visit our website at trolls.gg/TheNexusTrolls to watch this and past shows along with video streams, which can also be found on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/C, as in the letter C, /TrollsGG. For announcements about the show and general Heroes news, follow us on Twitter at TheNexusTrolls. Follow us on Twitter. If you want to hang out with us and the Trolls community in game /join, TheNexusTrolls.gg, or you can join our Discord channel, trolls.gg/discord. Finally, if you need to get in touch with us, the best way to do so is by email. Email is TheNexusTrolls@trolls.gg. Anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you. Everyone have a good evening. Go play those Hero League games. Go practice some Jimmy. And we'll see you. We'll see you in the Nexus. Take it easy, guys.
See ya.
Catch you later.